Welcome back to the channel, Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the absolute best deals in Age of Sigmar. Black Friday specials. Not really, more like just things that are priced really cheap. Now, we're going to break down essentially things from the Warhammer Age of Sigmar universe. So we're going to be taking a look at actual Age of Sigmar items. We're going to be taking a look at some Warcry boxes. So if you didn't check out the other video for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team and Necromunda Black Friday special, make sure you check that one out. Put a link up there in the top right corner. And then also, before we do get started, I've always been completely transparent with you and obviously pride myself on that. I really appreciate this channel and the community and everything that we're building here. So I just want to let you guys know ahead of time. I have a sponsor coming up for a couple of videos coming into the holiday season. And one of the sellers in this video, completely by chance, is that same sponsor. So I'm going to put the affiliate link down below. If you guys use that link, that's great. And then obviously keep your eyes out in the future for the partnership with this seller. So just want to be full on transparent with you guys. It's a complete coincidence that I have this coming up with them and we've been working out the details. And then randomly when I was on the internet today looking for these steals and deals, they were one of the ones that popped up. So that being said, let's jump right in. If you're into these daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Horus Heresy, pretty much any of the Games Workshop games, make sure to like and subscribe. So we're looking here at Games Workshop's website just for a little bit of context, because one of the deals we're going to look at is the Dominion box set. This Thunderstrike command is actually a repackaged sprue from the Dominion box. So this was previously only available in Dominion, and it's sold separately now for $115. And it's 3 annihilators. They're like the easy to build, Yndrasta, and then the banner bearer. And then we're just going to look at a couple more of the items from the Dominion set so we can just get an idea. That was $115. Dominion also comes with 10 Vindicators, and they're these exact models as well. So that's another $55 right there. And then it comes with 3 Praetors. That's these exact Praetors right here. Another $50 right there as well. So you guys get the point. That's like over $300 worth of models just for the Stormcast Eternals half of Dominion. And a lot of people, if they don't realize you can still get this set, it's the 3rd edition launch box limited edition, and they just made way too many of them. So it was $200 when it came out, and it was an absolute steal at $200. And now you can get it for 50% off because there's just so many of them in existence, and it's just loaded with Stormcast Eternals and kruleboyz. And if you didn't check out the 2 videos I did, the breakdowns on Stormcast Eternals and kruleboyz for the Christmas box set, they go along really basically perfect with that Dominion half. So that being said, we just saw basically like $300 worth of models here that we're going to pick out in this Dominion box. So like I said earlier, CMO Games actually by complete coincidence in this video is actually going to be sponsoring some videos in the future. I just want to let you guys know, full disclosure, this video is not sponsored or anything, but I do have an affiliate link that's going to launch with them. So if you do decide to pick up this Dominion box, make sure to use the link down in the description so they know that it's worth, their advertising dollars. So that being said, this Dominion box right here is everything in it. It has the starter book, the War Scroll cards, and then basically 2 roughly 1,000 to 1,300 point armies. And we just saw some of the items in this box set was Yndrasta, the banner bearer. Here's the Vindicators. Here are the Praetors right here. We have a character down here. There's another character somewhere in here as well. I mean, it's just absolutely loaded. And then on top of that, you get the entire orruk half as well. And this is the big hard back rulebook. And then you have all your war scrolls for all the units in it. So super cool and just an absolute amazing deal. I mean, this is basically the cheapest you will ever get brand new Warhammer items. Because when we broke down this box set initially, I think it was something close to $500 worth of MSRP. And it was $200 originally. And now it's on sale for basically $100 with free shipping from good old CMO Games. Wink, wink. Absolute steal. I would definitely 100% recommend this box set for anyone getting into Age of Sigmar. Or even anybody interested in Warcry. You can build multiple Warcry warbands out of this. Just an absolute amazing steal, a deal. You can't beat it. So that being said, we're going to jump over here now and we're going to take a look at this one's on eBay. This is the Age of Sigmar Fury of the Deep. And this is a super cool box set. $126.34. Full disclosure, I already bought one of these. And it is basically a bunch of Fire Slayers and a bunch of the Idoneth Deepkin. And basically, what you look at it, the way I look at these box sets is take the box set, cut it in half, and that's what you're paying for, like, you know, your half of the army or whatever. So if you take the 126 bucks, cut it in half, it's basically like 65 bucks per side. And like any one of these single models or squads out of this set is basically $60. So you have a character, you have two $60 squads, and then like a $50 support for the Ideneth Deepkin. And then for the Fire Slayers, you have a dwarf character down here. You have two squads of 5 of the Hearthkin, and then you have a squad of 10 of your regular basic dwarf warriors. So again, just an absolute steal loaded up here. And then this also comes with war scrolls for everything in it. It comes with tokens and a measuring device. And then it comes with the core rulebook. And this is the full core rulebook, but it's like a mini soft cover version. So it doesn't have some of like the fluff and stuff in there in the main book. And it's also about half the size. Like not only the size like height wise, as you see in the picture, this is like the size of what the regular rulebook would be. But it's also like super skinny and just way better if you're going to be like moving around with it, you know, going to a shop to play or at a buddy's house or something like that. Now, I personally like to have both of them. I like the hard rule books. I like the lore and reading all that stuff and the cool pictures and everything. But if you're going to be moving around, going to a tournament, playing at a friend's house, it's always nice to have one of these. So another awesome bonus as well as the war scrolls. So again, awesome box right here. Great value. You absolutely can't beat it. When we broke down this box set when it first came out, I think it was close to $400 worth of value in here, and now you get it for $126. So basically over 66% off of MSRP. On to the next one. This was another one of these recent battle boxes. This one's awesome as well. Arena of Shades. Now, the reason I love these boxes too is if somebody's looking to get into one of these armies or potentially both these armies, these boxes are awesome. They're great for splits as well. So in this case, you're looking at about $70 per side. This set is pretty awesome also. You get the Daughters of Cain in one half, and you get the Night Haunt in the other half. And the Daughters of Cain half is really cool. You get 10 of the Witches, which can alternatively be built as the Sisters of Slaughter. That's a nice core unit for your army. You get 5 of the Canari, which have 2 various builds as well. And then you get 5 of the Warlocks. Pretty good starting force. Essentially, all you would need is some dice, and you're ready to play. And then on top of that, you get the High Gladiatrix. So a lot of these units are something that you're going to be using in your army forever, which is awesome. So great place to start right here, and super, super cheap. Like I said, you're paying 70 bucks per side, basically. And then for the Night Haunt half, you have the brand new scripter character right here. You have the 5 of the archers right there, which is pretty nice to have. And then you got some banshees, another character in his buds, some of the blade gas. Again, nice little box set right here. Now you will find though, if you buy the Vanguard box for either of these, or you buy the Christmas box, that some of these units are going to be redundant. So be careful about over duplicating there. If you're going with one of those other boxes, you may not want this. Maybe you do. Could go either way. I personally think it's a great box though, because multiple units out of here are $60 on their own. And then, you know, you have a bunch of like $35 characters and whatnot. Again, great box. I picked this one up myself a while ago, but basically for the same price. Now the next one we're looking at is Echoes of Doom. Again, one of those recent boxes that came out. It was like 200 bucks when it came out. You can get it now, 150 bucks for this, and the seller actually has like a multiple discount setup if you want to buy, you know, more than one. But this one is the Sylvaneth versus the Skaven. And this is a super nice box as well. So you get the Tree Lord in it, you get the new Lady of Vines, you get the Gossamed Archers, and then you get 3 of the Kiroth Hunters. Really, really good units. This is a really nice set. The Sylvaneth half is great. The Lady of Vines is a brand new character, and so are the Archers. So really, really cool. And then for the Skaven half, you get another of those Screaming Towers, the Bell, and then it can be built alternatively. And then you have 10 of the Storm Vermin and 10 of the Clan Rats. And then you have the new Assassin character as well. Super awesome. You can kind of see him down here a little better. That's the Lady of Vines. And then same thing with all of these Sigmar boxes. You get the mini version of the rulebook, which is all the rules from the rulebook, just a smaller actual book. You get the cool Echoes of Doom, like, or whatever, Fury of the Deep mission pack and everything. And there's fun missions, and, you know, you can play campaigns, and there's just a bunch of cool stuff in there. And then you get the War Scroll cards. You get token sheets. Basically, 2 armies. All you need to do is build them and have some dice, and you're ready to play. Pretty freaking awesome. Really nice set right here. And again, the amount of savings on this set is absolutely amazing, because you're basically paying 75 bucks per half. So if you think about what one of the Vanguard boxes costs, you know, you're basically getting what's in a Vanguard box for a fraction of the price. So again, super, super good savings on these things. Really cool. And they're the perfect jumping off point, any one of those, but specifically Dominion, to get into Age of Sigmar. All right, so on to Warcry. So this is actually the old edition of Warcry. So there was Warcry 1.0 and now we're on Warcry 2.0. The Heart of Gore was like the launch box for 2.0. This was an expansion box from 1.0. And, so obviously the Red Harvest book that comes in this is going to be no use to you. The rule book, all that stuff, a lot of that's no use. Some of the points values have changed on the actual like fighter cards. So mark all that off. But regardless, if you just look at what comes in the set, the terrain that is in this set, if you love terrain like I do, and maybe you don't, but the terrain that's in this set right now, if you were going to buy it from Games Workshop, it's broken down into halves. So you have two different halves that are available from them, and it's $112 for each half. So it's $224 to buy the terrain out of the set from Games Workshop right now. And then on top of that, you get two warbands, which is basically the Barbarian Bros and the Spider Bros. The Spider Cult is pretty cool. The models are great. And then obviously the Darko Savages are kind of like the Conan looking guys. But again, you get the game board. You get real nice dice. I really like the Warcry dice. And then you get all of your terrain cards and everything like that are still viable in the new edition because it just shows you where to set the terrain up and everything. And then again, the only difference is the ability cards and some of the fighter cards, they did update the points on. So some of them may be off. But that being said, just don't count the rule book as being anything or the Red Harvest book. Just look at everything else in the set. And in my opinion, it is an absolutely phenomenal deal. If you were to buy just the two warbands on their own from Games Workshop site, they're $60 a piece right now. So the two warbands are the price of this whole set, or one half of the terrain is the price of this whole set. So when you smack it all together, this is basically over $400 worth of stuff for $127, over 66% off. Absolutely phenomenal deal. But that's not it for Warcry. So this is the brand new set, the launch box for Warcry 2.0, the Heart of Gore. And this box is absolutely phenomenal. So we see here, it is $150 right now. Retail from Games Workshop is $230. So it's like $80 off of that, which is a great deal considering this box just came out. Now, granted, next week, the expansion comes out for this. Sundered Fate with two new warbands, some of the same recycled terrain, but the Sundered Fate box is an expansion, so it doesn't have the core book. This one has the actual core book itself, which you can get the rules digitally for free if you don't want the book at all. It has the Rotten Ruin book, which has a bunch of campaign and cool stuff for the two warbands that come in this set. The two warbands that come in this set are the Rotmire Creed, which are sort of like a chaos cult that is kind of like given into like the swamps and like infection and rot. And then the other one is essentially like a sort of like a bull worshipping metalsmith cult. So they're pretty cool overall. I like the two warbands. They're not my favorite in the game, but they're both cool. They're fairly unique from some of the other ones. But the terrain is brand new. It's super cool. I really like it. It's kind of like a little rope bridge village with some cool spooky trees. I actually didn't initially like the trees. I wasn't kind of sure what was going on. But the lore behind it when you start reading in the book and everything is super cool. And honestly, great deal for this box set. It's already a massive deal when you look at how much it would sell you the terrain separately or the warbands and the rule book and all that stuff. You get your cards, your dice, everything you need to play. Again, you can see the difference obviously because the old box is the previous edition that we looked at earlier. This box is the new edition. So everything in this box is brand new and going to be viable in game terms. So really good box right here. Again, this one is $230 retail and it's on sale for $150. So it's not quite as good of a deal and it was overpriced to begin with at $230, which is kind of why it fell on its face. But the new expansion's coming out and that's going to be $185. So the new expansion is basically a similar setup, but you don't get all the extra, you don't get the extra rule book, you don't get the dice, all that stuff that's included in there as well. So the expansion is really cool, coming out at $185. This is really cool, gone from Games Workshop store, but great deal at $150. That's it for this Black Friday video. Some absolute deals and steals, a lot of good stuff here. By no means did I find the absolute best deals on the whole internet. If you put in a little work, you could probably find some awesome stuff too. And most of these, while they're limited quantity and could sell out, A lot of these were like already on sale and have been on sale for like weeks or months. So it's not necessarily like the you got to get it today type thing unless you see the quantity start dwindling. But that being said, if you did enjoy the video, if you did find something you're going to buy out of here, make sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out. Comment down below. And remember also, if you are going to pick up Dominion, to go over and check out CMO Games and use my affiliate link down below. I don't get any money for it or anything like that. It just lets them know that it really helps when I'm shouting them out, etc. So that being said, some great steals, some deals, all that good stuff. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy these daily reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials. If you're into Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and Warcry, pretty much Horus Heresy, any of the Games Workshop games, make sure to like and subscribe. We put out at least one video every day. There's tons and tons of painting, modeling, conversion tutorials, all kinds of good stuff for you to check out. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys save some money and find some sales. If you haven't checked out all the other breakdowns we did for the Christmas boxes and the battle forces, highly recommend you check those out too. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man. Want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving and of course, good Black Friday. Hopefully you find those good deals and steals. And I'm out of here.